Hey everyone, this is a clip from a recent episode of Another Pass, where we talk about movies and all the struggles that go into making them. If you like it, check out the whole podcast. You can find it at certainpov.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
And I feel like that's what makes it rub people the wrong way. So here's my theory, is that
Wait, pause before you give your theory, because I feel like if I say the opposite, it's going to sound like I'm just trying to reject you. Let me just say what my stance on this movie is, so that you can see if it actually clocks. Or better yet, Angela, take your headphones off.
Ooh.
All right, take your headphones off.
And then Sam can be the arbiter.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And I'll do a wavy thing to bring you back, okay? All right, so I didn't really like this movie. The biggest thing I dislike about this movie, however, is the music, and the second biggest thing is the rapid cutting of all the cartoonish stunts that are in this movie. And I don't think there's really anything that they could do about it, because they cut a lot to allow for these stunts to occur, but it does make it really hard to track a lot of things, and so they've got a lot of stuff going on all the time throughout this movie, but we don't have a real good viewpoint character. There's no straight man in any of these situations. Popeye's kind of the straightest man in most of the weird comedic bits, which is strange that Robin Williams and Popeye specifically are that. But really, it's the music. The music I fucking hate throughout this entire movie. It's so fucking frustrating until you get to the very end when they finally do the actual Popeye theme from the Max Fleischer cartoons, and that bit's oh, that was fucking great. Why the fuck didn't they do the rest of this? And it's because none of the music is jaunty or sea shanty-y or just feels appropriate for the setting. It's all this droning atonal gobbledygook by Harry Nilsson, and it's fuck. If the music was fun, I probably would be more down for it. The whole thing looks like a stage musical, aggressively like a stage musical, and I like that part about it. It's just it's not a good musical part. So that kind of sucks. And some others, how Popeye looks, I have some quibbles with, but whatever, blah 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 blah. The biggest thing I hate is that the music, and then that it's really hard to track some of the action because they're aggressively trying to put this cartoony shit in there, but it doesn't really benefit the eye. And the way that the cartoon would be here's a big wide shot and here's stuff happening, you kind of lose that in this. Anyway, that's my take. Let's get Angela back in here.
Yeah, I can't believe you hate He's Large. It's the best song ever.
Okay. I think you will be I took my headphones off, listeners, as Case was saying. So I don't know. I think the main reason you'll agree with me is because I'm going to come after Superman the movie for a second.
Oh, this is actually more fun. Go on. This is honestly,
spicy.
This is a delight for me because I got to hear his point of view, and now I'm going to hear this, and you're coming after Superman the movie. This is everything, guys.
This is a new segment on the show called A Certain Point of View.
People listening at home, you do not know how much joy this has brought me. Go on, Angela.
I believe that Superman the movie and Popeye are both perfectly cast. Shelley Duvall as Olive Oyl, Robin Williams, Popeye. You could not get anyone better for either of those roles, I don't think. Same with Christopher Reeve. I overall do not like Superman the movie myself. I do love Christopher Reeve as Superman and believe that he was perfectly cast. I think the reason that I enjoy Popeye and not Superman the movie is because I grew up with the Popeye shorts, and essentially this is just a string of Popeye shorts for 2 hours, loosely tied together. And Superman the movie is a Silver Age Superman comic in a movie form, and I did not grow up with that form of Superman. And so I feel like that's why a lot of that movie rubs me the wrong way in certain areas. That form of Lex Luthor, he's doing blanking on the actor's name who played Lex Luthor.
Gene Hackman.
I wanted to say Gene Kelly. It's nope. Hackman.
That would be a very different movie, and one I'm kind of here for, frankly.
Yeah.
Hackman is doing what the material calls for, but I don't like that version of Lex. Just the version of Lex he was given, it's just this is yeah. So yeah, I wonder how much that contributes to people not liking Popeye because of that either passing familiarity with the character, or like the not being in that headspace of this is not a 1980 movie. This is a movie made in 1980 of 1930s shorts.
Yeah, how do you feel about the slapstick?
I think it was really well executed. Like all of the extras that are like running around are all like carnies and circus folk that they just nabbed up for 6 months and moved them to Malta, where there was just so much tales of cocaine behind the scenes.
And Bill Irwin was in it, and he's a physical comedy like legend. Like he's done so much stuff on Broadway, and he famous for clowning. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, when he showed up, I was like, oh, what?
Well, and that was also part of Robin Williams' training at Juilliard, was clowning. Like he would while at school, he would mime on the weekends in Central Park.
So, Sam.
Yes.
You listen to both of us. Does that check out with what I said or not?
I mean, yeah, no, yes, a little bit. I think it's 50-50. I think that Angela definitely has more affinity. I mean, I think you like Popeye too, but I think she has like a stronger bond to Popeye, and the fact that she liked the slapstick, because she's right. It is several different Popeye cartoons strung together very loosely, tied with, and as Kay said, not very good music, which is why Case doesn't really like this film.
The music is, I will very much admit, like kind of tuneless and very strange. There's only one banger, and that is I Am What I Am.
Ooh, I disagree. He's large. That is my banger.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, I am not joking. I make fun of that song forever. And I've had so many different people reference that to me throughout my life. People I didn't know had watched the movie. People who would make the joke when it didn't happen. Yeah, that's the bop of this movie. And I will die on this hill.
It's also very sweet, the little tune, mainly because it's just like a simple lullaby. It's not as strange as everything else. But when Popeye writes the letter to Sweet Pea after Sweet Pea's been kidnapped, I really like that song too.
That's Sweet Pea's lullaby.
Yeah. Also around that time, after Sweet Pea gets kidnapped, is one of my favorite Robin Williams lines ever, which is him mumbling, "I ain't man enough to be a mother."
Remember, if you like that clip, check out the podcast. You can find it at certainpov.com or wherever you get your podcasts.